Hello everyone, welcome back to 366 Days of Hope. My name is Pearl and I'm here to share our next object lesson, which is surviving the fire. So I saw this video that had a cup of water that was in a fire pit and the cup was not burnt. And when I was thinking about what that object lesson could possibly be, I realized it is like us. We are the cup of water if we are filled with hope. If we are not filled with hope, we have no way of surviving that fire. Oftentimes, when you look at people who go through trials, many of them don't have any hope whatsoever. Some of them end up committing suicide. And if any of you guys have remembered that story of the ship that sank of all those students in South Korea a few years back, the principal of that school committed suicide. And this just goes to show those individuals felt not only responsible, but some of them felt like there was no hope for them, that what had happened was all their fault, when I think that the principal of the school didn't have to succumb to taking his own life if only he had hope and to realize that it can get better after this. And so I think the same thing, if we ourselves are not filled with hope, then we're not going to be able to survive the fire. And this makes me think even deeper into the spiritual elements of things, like you being filled with the Holy Spirit. When you have the fruit of the Spirit, you are able to go through so much. The world can attack you with so many things, and yet you will still have joy. And this reminds me actually of Acts 13:52. It's in the story of Acts 13, where basically Paul and Barnabas are going around preaching the gospel, and they end up being persecuted and punished for doing what they were doing to spread the gospel. And yet it says in Acts 13:52, and the disciples were filled with joy and with the Holy Spirit. Can you imagine being filled with joy when you're being thrown into a dungeon or a prison? And you know, some of those prisons are not like some of today's prisons. At least, you know, where you're getting 3 meals a day. They barely got a meal, and it probably stank really bad, and it was probably infested. So I just kind of believe that if you end up looking at, you know, your life and seeing the hope, then, and you're filled with the Holy Spirit, you can get through pretty much anything. And so with that said, guys, may you live, thrive, and be healthy, and continue to always live with hope in your life. Take care. Bye.